It's live and local now. Good to have you with us. Kevin Wall with you till 12 noon. Big debate tonight. It's gonna be exciting. I'm just telling you. It's gonna be exciting. I'm gonna be at the Silverton and here in Las Vegas, and I'll be emceeing all of the action. It's going to be the Clark County GOP and 790 Talk Now hosting the second GOP presidential debate watch party. It's going to be the biggest watch party. We got a capacity of 700. We got hundreds of tickets sold already. It's going to be a big walk-up crowd, but we know that there are going to be a lot of folks who make the decision just on a split second after work. Hey, let's go down. Let's go have some fun. And that's fine. It's a $15 donation, which gets you free munchies plus a full cash bar. If you want to order your tickets in advance, and I don't know that we'll get to 700. I hope we do. But that means that people will be left out, and I don't want anybody left out of this. So make sure you order your tickets online. You can do it right now at clarkgop.org. That's clarkgop.org. I'm not sure yet where he's watching the debate party, but let's check in with Rusty Stanberry, a candidate for the Assembly in District 36, which includes Nye County, most of Lincoln County, rural parts of Clark County, including Kyle Canyon, and he joins us. Did that pretty well?
Yeah,
that's 36.
That's the area.
That's 36. Rusty, good to have you on. Where are you watching the debate tonight? Are you watching at home, or are you going to be at a watch party, or what are you going to be doing?
Well, I was at the last watch party.
Yeah, was that fun?
That was a great time.
That was pretty much fun.
So I was looking at doing tonight's watch party
Good.
also, but
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. But hey, we would love to have you. Let me ask you. I mean, you've had a chance now since announcing that you're running to talk to folks in District 36. And there is an anger out there that's not just national. We always talk about the national anger, and that's what's propelled Donald Trump. But that this might be a wave election here in the state of Nevada as well, because there are a lot of people really upset with incumbents that voted for SB 483. Do you sense that when you talk to people, when you go door to door, when you walk in neighborhoods, when you're at town halls? Do you find that that's happening?
Oh, definitely. They excommunicated James Oscarson from the Nye County Republican Committee, along with Brian Sandoval. They don't want them ever coming back to their offices.
That's incredible.
They're very upset.
So tell me, so is there an explanation? I'm sure you've probably heard the Oscarson explanation. We've heard it from Paul Anderson. We've heard it from all kinds of people all across the state, from Pat Hickey and different people explaining why they voted for SB 483. Tell me the explanation you are hearing from people like Oscarson and Hickey and others.
I just don't see a net win on this. I understand that sometimes people have to raise taxes for police officers, etc. But that's voted on. This was voted on back in November, and it was voted no. 50 people decided no, we need this. They changed the name of it. They rammed it through in the last minutes, twisted arms, got it passed. They're upset, and I am too. This is the largest tax increase in Nevada.
I want to talk about your district. It's 36. What is the political makeup? Is it more Republican, more Democrat?
It's more Republican. It's probably 70% Republican.
So it's a safe Republican seat.
Yeah, and it's an older crowd, veterans like myself, and they are working on the new VA hospital. They broke ground on that. So, I'm looking forward to helping those people out.
Let me ask you, though. I hear reports that there are incumbents and PACs and different folks around the state that are preparing I mean, people don't like it when I say it's kind of like it's just a treasure chest of money for incumbents that voted for SB 483 and to attack candidates who are against SB 483 or who voted against. There aren't many of them. There are a few. I want to ask you, do you worry that in a race like this against an incumbent that you might face overwhelming odds financially? Does that worry you? Does it make you lose sleep at night? Because you've got a full-time job.
Because
you got to get up in the morning.
Exactly. So, but I do wonder what they could do, with that kind of money. I mean, what are they? I mean, dirty campaigns are dirty campaigns, but I'm here running a grassroots campaign right now, just trying to get my word out to the people and show them that we can beat Oscarson in the next election, that this was the wrong thing to do. He was told not to do it. The constituents didn't want it. He did it anyway. So I feel like, this is something that is going to be a real pain and, thorn in his side.
Now, let me ask you, I'm sure you've talked to other people that have held office, whether it's Michelle Fiore, who you used to live in her district, and I know that this district is adjacent to District 4.
Correct.
But you've talked to other politicians in the state. Have they warned you about this, that there may be some slush fund? People don't like it when I call it a slush fund, but that's what it is. That there might be a slush fund where people might try and use the governor's office and political power from Roberson and Hambrick and people like that to end up essentially snuffing you guys out.
Sure. No, I look at it this way. We had a great chance. We put a bunch of Republicans in office. We had an opportunity to do a lot of good things, a lot of conservative things, and we didn't. We missed the opportunity. So if that's what they're going to do, if they're going to go after the conservative Republicans, then I feel like, they're breaking up their own party. They're pushing the people out that are really trying to help the Nevadans.
Want to take you into presidential politics for just a minute. Everybody's talking about the debates tonight and all that. Do you have a presidential candidate yet?
I haven't picked one, but I would love to see possibly somebody with Cruz.
Ooh. With Cruz as a vice president or Cruz on the top of the ticket?
I'd like to see Cruz on the top of the ticket at this point.
Well, he cares about the Constitution.
Exactly.
And the poor Constitution, it's like people have just been trampling on it. Obama and Holder and now Loretta Lynch and all of these people that, Chuck Schumer, it's a living, breathing document. I must tell you, it's scary what's happening to the Constitution just in the last 6 or 7 years.
I agree with you.
Anybody else that appeals? I mean, how do you explain? You are just a guy. You have a full-time job.
Sure.
You want to get into office. You want to be able to help, be a solution to the problem and
Exactly.
not the problem. What do you make of Donald Trump and Trump mania?
Donald Trump is a television reality star. But I also work in gaming, and I know what Donald Trump has done to gaming in the past.
And what is that?
He's bankrupted his companies. And, of course, he says he uses the legal system to do that.
And it is a legal system.
Exactly. I mean, Caesar's Palace just did it recently. And they restructure. I get it. That's what the laws are there for. But he hasn't really given any solutions that I see so far, other than he wants to make America great.
Again. Which I love. That's his slogan.
Exactly.
Make America great again.
Again.
So you're saying he really hasn't shown any specifics. Now, he's promising he's going to lay out his tax proposals, and he spoke last night on national security, but with not a lot of specifics.
Right.
Is he going to have to come forward with specifics?
I think he is, and I think that the other candidates may start to bring those specifics up. Maybe tonight, which is possible. I'm curious, though. Could Donald Trump ever win your vote, or is it an absolute? Could he win it? Sure.
Okay.
If he has a good platform, I feel like Donald Trump loves America just like I do, and we want to help people. And if that's what he's really doing this for, if it's not just another publicity stunt or another feather in his cap, then great. I mean, we want people like that.
Wouldn't it be weird? This would be a made-for-TV movie. A guy that says, just on a lark, kind of like Mark Cuban and Kanye West has talked about running in 2020.
Sure.
Wouldn't it be weird if a guy actually won the nomination and maybe won the presidency and said, wait a minute, I didn't want this. All I want to do is go play golf. Oh, I'm sorry. We already had that in Barack Obama.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Barack Obama's line. But I'm just curious. It would be weird if a guy that did this on a lark, that did this just as a publicity stunt, and all of a sudden he says, wait a minute, I'm at 40%? Am I at 40%? Ooh. Would that be? Now, I mean, that to me would be something that's a made-for-TV movie or maybe a theatrical release.
Possibly. I feel like, he's raising money and he's actually spending a lot of his own money. So he's got skin in the game. A lot of people have asked me about the same. I put money in my own race. This is a grassroots campaign, and if he's really serious and he wants to get out there, meet the people, and get the election for him, then great. I mean, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen at this point.
Rusty Stanberry joining us, candidate for Assembly District 36. In a final couple of minutes, I just want to ask you about the whole notion of fundraising. It's something a lot of candidates absolutely despise, but right now in the election cycle, folks that are running for Congress, folks that are running for the Assembly and the State Senate, they're all doing the same thing. They're all doing fundraising. Sure. In a district like this, which is so diverse, I mean, you look at how far you got to drive to go from one end of the district to the other. Nye County, most of Lincoln County, rural parts of Clark County, including Kyle Canyon. That's a lot of real estate.
It is, and it's. I don't want to be like a used car salesman and pitch that I can't make it without your help, but it's true. I can only do so much on my own, and I'm eventually going to need help because, again, if somebody like Oscarson, who has like $40,000 or $50,000 in his war chest, tries to come after me, I'm not going to be able to go up against that at this time.
It's going to be interesting to see how this thing plays out, and I will tell you, and just let me just ask you parenthetically. It's kind of the next logical question. How's fundraising going? Have you even started really the process of fundraising?
I've done a little fundraising, but not a lot. Again, it's I'm still learning the area, still meeting the people and trying to find out what they want to see in the next election, to see if just the tax issue is the biggest issue that they're interested in, or if there's other things that we can do to help them.
Tell me what you're hearing just in the last few weeks.
It's mainly conservative values. My biggest issue and parents' biggest issue that I've noticed is schools. The Common Core is destroying our children's. They're having to do these tests. They are just beat by the end of the day of 8 hours of testing. And what do we see in those results every year? It's like, well, we have to wait till next year to see the results. It's still too early, but yet I don't see that the Common Core is working at all.
So at schools, are there any people that do buy into this notion that we've heard from members of the legislature? We had to do something. The status quo just would not work.
No, I haven't heard
they're
that
not
yet.
buying that.
No,
they're not buying it.
No.
I
mean, Clark County School District gets $4 billion a year, and they don't have enough money for teachers, they say. So I don't understand how that works either.
Well, and then they start the school year 900 teachers short. They knew when opening day was.
Exactly.
And yet they don't have any teachers. It's like nobody's knocking on the door saying, "I'd like a job, please."
And these school teachers have college degrees, and then they bring them into a school and say, "This is the curriculum you have to teach." Whether you have a better way or not, whether you learn great things in college, this is the curriculum. Stick to it. Keep the kids where they're at. No child left behind.
It's great having you in, and I know you have a full-time job and you're kind of on your lunch hour, so I appreciate you're taking time out of your schedule. What exactly do you do? What, if you don't mind saying who you work for?
I'm a business analyst with Boyd Gaming.
All right. So what, you determine are you the one that determines whether I get a blackjack on my video a gaming machine?
There are people that do that, but it's not me.
That's not you. Okay. I won't blame you for losing $300 the other night. That's okay. It happens. Rusty, great to have you in. And, again, you've signed the contract with Nevada.
I have.
And I want to ask you, because I love talking with you guys that have signed this. And more folks, either that are incumbents or that are running for office for the first time, have signed the contract with Nevada, 10 points that if I get elected, I'm going to work hard to get this passed.
You bet.
Is there a favorite one for you of the 10?
Again, Common Core is my biggest one.
Is it? Okay.
It is, and that's the one I'll be talking about later. And it's just something that I have a 13-year-old who's in school, and I see the homework that comes home with him, and it's amazing the nanny state that we're creating.
It's kind of scary if you know what I mean. Rusty, it is great to have you in. We'll have you in again, I'm sure. And if folks want to know more about your campaign, about your platform, about the issues that matter to you, where can they go?
They can visit me at rustystanberry.com, and from there they can get to my Twitter and Facebook feeds.
And it's Stanberry, am I right?
That's correct.
Rusty Stanberry, candidate for District 36, joining us on Live and Local now. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks again.
More to come, including another Nevada Voices. It's all straight ahead. Live and Local now.